Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, this is Hassan. This is Ashwin. And I'm Jay. We're here. We're gonna have a small discussion about how the UK current debt is affecting us and like how we're feeling the heat as students. And I think the main point is we're feeling the heat as students because we have limited funds, and that any change to like our weekly shop and prices of living is going to affect us hard. We can't source any other income. If some of us have part-time jobs, some of us are just relying on the money we get to pay for our course fees and the grants we get to live on, basically to pay for our food and bills.
Yeah, let me jump on that. The tuition fee we would like to talk about, isn't it? I mean, the tuition fee at the moment is what we're seeing is because of the government is making all sort of cuts, and because of there's so many the taxation being raised, like the VAT is now gone up, and or the interest rate is going to go up soon. I mean, all these are affecting students. So,
it affects everyone on the whole, like especially like the VAT increase. It's only
it does affect everyone on the whole, but it's a burden on the students. You know?
It's definitely because we're spending more money. We're spending a lot more money on just our weekly shop. Say last week I went shopping, it cost me £10 to buy everything. Now the prices have all gone up. This week when I go shopping, it's going to cost £13. It's affecting my budget.
£13, exactly. My budget. That's the point, you know.
I can't live on. I can only live on what I've set myself to live on. It's like if I've got a limited amount of funds, I have to ration it out and I have to draw up a budget. If prices go up, then I'm affected. My budget has to change. I have to cut costs on stuff which may be more seen as luxuries. And
the purchasing power parity decreases.
What that means is you have to compromise.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yes, definitely you have to compromise. Definitely.
And compromising, and because of compromising as a student is really I feel personally as we've been penalised because of the national deficit, as if that is the decision as a result of the decisions that we have made. Certainly not. The decisions has been taken by a government, and the government should have dealt this before they even got themselves in.
I wouldn't say that we've been penalised yet penalised because we haven't been circled out yet, but next year student fees change
to 9k.
It's going to cost £9,000 per year. Whereas it's only costing $3,900 this year. It's a big step up in price, and many people are not going to be able to afford it. That's when they're penalising students.
That's when the people. I mean,
it's not penalising the students. It's basically penalising everyone. You know, because everyone needs to educate their children, and if they don't have 9k to educate, even if they try to educate their children, they're spending 9k on them. That's like half of their income. What you can say, half 50% of their income, 60% of some of them.
I mean, one of the things I like to mention.
There are many people earning only £3,000, and then still the kids are really brilliant, and they can't study in universities like Manchester University.
Us back in time where it's only going to be wealthy people, wealthy families that
go into our education. Exactly. I mean, this is what this is what's going to happen. This is what the implications of making this increasing all this the tuition fee. The effect that would have is, like you said, only rich people will be able to afford going to university. Yeah. What about the people who are in a lower paid jobs?
People in lower paid jobs are going to find it very difficult to send their kids.
What about their kids? They might be really brilliant.
Unless the government comes up with schemes to help those that are misfortunate in the amounts of money they receive and work for the lower paid jobs, then they're not going to be able to go to uni.
I mean, another point I'd like to mention is if we look France, German, what these Eurozone countries are doing is they're putting money into their education system.
In
Britain, they're improving it, exactly.
They're improving the education system.
What we're doing here right now is we taking money out of the economy.
Yeah, well, increasing the fees is going to mean that less students are going to be able to go to uni. This is going to have a massive effect on the economy, and it's not even that far into the future. It's going to have effect in the next few years because people are not going to be working.
The decision taken by the government right now is really harsh.
Students like my mate I've spoken to last night. One of the reasons we've decided to make this is a student like my mate Hamad and Masi. What the future holds for these people, because for them coming to university is something that obviously they're looking forward to it. But on the other hand, what are the effects
the effects of the increase in price is that maybe your mates will have to review, can I actually afford to go to university? It all looks good in the long run because I could get the job that I want to do, I'm going to be qualified to get that job, but can I afford it for the short term? Am I going to be able to live?
Exactly. In the process of getting that job, would you be able to afford?
If you can't afford to go to uni, you're not going to afford to be able to get the qualifications.
You can't get a job. There's no qualification.
There is no qualifications, and I mean, this government should review the case before they increase their tuition fee. And hey, my team as Hallam students, we against in the tuition fee, even though it doesn't apply to us, it's a student who are already in university. But we feel students who are out there, you watching, tuition fees going up. It's unfair. That's not fair. What's your view on that?
It's definitely not fair. It just means that richer families are going to be the only people that can send their kids to university. Poorer families are going to have to be the people that are pushed down in society once again. They're not going to be able to leap out of society.
When you look at that, when you look at that point of view, when you look at that point of view, like half of the UK are with middle class family or poor family. So when you say that the fees is going up to 9k, you can say 50% of the UK's population will not be able to afford education.
50%, that's quite high.
I think
you should review that.
All right.
I'm quite on there because a lot of the jobs in the UK are not high paid. Whereas they're just manual labour jobs, and these kind of jobs are the jobs that you don't have to go to university to perform.
You can't say all the students who are studying in the university have rich parents.
I think
many of them just earn £2,000 a year. What about them?
Not £2,000 a year. I think they would not be able to survive earning 2,000k a year. I mean, that's not. I think that's 2K. Your opinion. I think that's your opinion. And again, what's happening right now is if this government. Right. And if what they're planning take place next couple of years, I think that would have a massive effect on people, on everyone. For example, if my mom, say, was a cleaner, how would she be able to afford the money for me to go to university, the 9k? How would she be able to afford once she's earning, for example, £5 an hour?
This is where it circles out the poor. The people with less money are not going to be able to work their way out of that situation they're in. If they can't afford to go and get the skills they're required to get skilled work and higher paid to send their kids to university, then their kids are not going to go to university. It's going to be generation after generation of families not being able to go and study.
Will not be able to go to and study. Exactly.
And in the longer run, businesses will be affected because of this.
The whole economy. See a rush of limited skilled minds to fulfill the jobs. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many things. I mean, again, this video is about expressing what we think, our opinion on what we think the tuition fee. And as a student who are already in university, this doesn't apply to us, guys. Our audience there, this doesn't apply to on this tuition fee doesn't apply on us. But the thing is, you students out there, I think your voice should be heard. Your voice, you should go out there. I mean,
take the next step.
This is unfair. This is unfair. Absolutely unfair. I mean, the message this is sending out is that you people out there would not be able to come to university, because I know at the moment living in university is really expensive. Not only it's expensive but the stress that you have to deal with, the amount of work that you have to deal with, everything is so much to take in. Fresh coming out from college is so much to consider. And if you're out there, and the prices again, I mean, there's so many things to talk about. This video might not be perfect because we haven't
all the points.
We haven't got everything on order. We haven't planned anything, and this is when I think we feel we feel this is an important topic, and if possible, we'll be able to talk about another one in next coming months. But till then, guys,
take care.
You.
Bye.
Peace out.